What's going on, friends? Well, DJI is back at it. Just a couple days ago, they did the update to the Mavic Air 2 app, and now there's actually a new firmware available. Let's check it out. We are going to do a screen recording and walk through it and also show what it entails. Mavic Air 2 version 01.00.0340 safety flight mode. So now the aircraft will avoid obstacles as usual, but it will not respond to left or right. So if it's going straight, it's just going to continue to go around the obstacle that way. It's added 4K zoom mode, which supports 2x digital zoom. Added 2K digital zoom when set to 2.7K. Added 4K resolution in hyperlapse, which is really nice because the 8K resolution, although it's super nice to have, a lot of devices won't even play it. Optimize shooting performance when flying forward in sports mode. So what that essentially means is when the drone goes into sports mode and it flips forward, the camera kind of takes a second to react to it. Now, so that basically stops that now. Optimize hyperlapse, added ability to pause shooting during hyperlapse. Increase the number of waypoints to 45 and added support for task library. That is great because when you go to use the hyperlapse and you're setting up all your points, by the time you actually go to shoot, it says you do not have enough battery. So by putting it into the task library, you can set up all your waypoints, come back home, change the battery so you've got a full fresh battery, and then go out and fly again. Thank you, DJI. Optimize active track when tracking vehicles at low altitude. Take about 8 minutes. So let's install. And I'm not gonna make you wait around for 8 minutes. So I'll be right back. But for you, it's like I was saying, done. And you can see it has been installed. Everything is good. And right away you can see there's a new button here on the left. Sideways flight is off, so it only shows the front and back, or on. So you can either have it all on at a quick touch of a button. Now, if we tap on the right video, so you have the 4K wide, and now the 4K zoom. So tap that, and now you get a completely different screen here, and you can see the 1X on the right. If we tap that, 2X. Now if we tap the 3 dots in the top right, so obstacle avoidance, you can see now we can bypass it, brake, or turn it off completely. So bypass, obviously it's going to go around the obstacle. By hitting the brake, it'll stop in front of the obstacle. And by turning it off, if you continue to go straight, you will crash. And now if you notice, if I click bypass, it says disable sideways flight. So if we turn that on, it will disable it from going left or right, and it will only fly over the object. All right, so the only thing now to do is to go outside. Well, I was trying to finish off this video in a nice open field, but a few things are happening. The wind has really come in. You can see in my hair here. That's one. And I asked Siri if it's gonna rain today. She said no, and now it's been starting to drizzle, so I'm packing up all my gear. So I'm gonna have to mosey on. It's so weird how it goes from that windy to sunny. I don't get it. So I'm going to set this right away into the 4K zoom, and just even on the ground you can see that zoom part. Everything I left in auto, so I'm not going to adjust any camera settings. Just want to go up and just to show you what the zoom is like. Now you can see where I am sitting over here. Hello. And I'm pretty far away. I know. Oh, I actually cannot fly left or right. So I'm got the left control stick. I'm gonna show here. You can see the drone is not going, but I can go forward or back. So once I click that and it is set, now I can go left and right again. There I am over there, waving. Now zooming in, look at that. Look at the way it punches right in. So now you can see me a lot better. So there I am, further away, 2x zoom. If you're doing videos for construction work areas, you can punch in to get the shot that you need without actually getting physically closer. And again, here you can see those lights. It's very far away from me, and I'm punching in really nicely on them. Actually, there's my car, zooming in on it. I can confirm that that is my car. Now, going forward towards an obstacle. Let's see. So it completely broke there. It did not try to find a way around. Let's just see. Cause see, I have it on brake. So I have it on bypass. So there you go. Disable the sideways flight so that it can go. Now let's try this again. And now I'm gonna go forward. You know, right around that. So you gotta make sure that you have it on or off. So let's check out the hyperlapse. Let's set some waypoints. It's the first one. Now, okay. So now here, if you see between the duration, it's gonna take 1 minute and 40 seconds. And then on the left of that, just above the normal and sequence, if you tap that, it shows you here's your task. So now I'm going to save it. So let's pretend that it is not. It's going to take a longer time, and I need to bring the drone back, switch out the battery. So now I've got the drone back, and I am going to take off. Now I've switched the battery. Now let's tap that sequence again, and there it is there, the task library. So let me tap it, and let's see what happens. So it already has everything already set in there. And now I'm just going to press record, and let's watch the magic happen. So it is finding that first position. Look at that. The drone is doing everything on its own right now. I am not touching everything. It's going to go to that first position that I set it at. So again, this is what I was saying. You can set up the waypoints. There's a lot of waypoints that I tried to set up before that were 8 to 10 minutes they would actually take to do it. Here you can set it up, bring the drone back, switch the battery, then set up your waypoints. That is really neat. That pause button now shows up. So let's just, I'm gonna pause it right now and let's see what happens. So literally the drone not moving, it's just hovering. It's saying 1 minute and 10 seconds still. So now if I unpause it again, it's gonna continue on right from that moment and continue on to do what it needs to do. If for any reason that you need to pause it, you have the ability to without shutting the whole thing down. And it is done. And let's see, so now sports mode. So before in sports mode, what would happen? So usually the drone would dip down and the props would come right in front of that. I'm gonna bring it here and show everyone. Now watch, I'm gonna punch forward. And look at that. Back. And the camera's still staying pretty smooth without dipping across. Punching it forward. Wow, good job, DJI. Again, when the drone used to go like this, the props would go in and everything, and the shot would obviously look bad. But you're in sports mode, so it's nice that they did that, to work on that, all the engineers. To me, when you're in sports, it's just to get where you're going, really. Again, that zoom. And if you don't want the option of doing that zoom, again, just click the film, video, 4K wide, and that's it. You've got that much wider shot. Head back inside, and I can give you a quick rundown on what I think about these awesome new upgrades. I think that's already spoiled it all. I think they're awesome. All right, so as you can tell, I'm back in the studio, which is my kitchen. So I just want to go back to one thing. Regarding the bypass, it doesn't stop the drone from going left or right. It stops you from being able to turn it left or right. So the drone's gonna keep still going and go around the object, but it won't allow you to make any corrections. So I'm assuming then some people have crashed because they were going towards it, freaked out, and played with the stick, and then it ended up hitting, you know, the tree or whatever obstacle that you're going towards. I still have to do the tracking of the vehicle with it at a lower altitude, so that'll be another video so I can get that in there. It's got way too windy and the rain started coming down, so it was not feasible to do. 4K, this digital zoom, again, you're gonna lose quality, but the fact you're able to do it is a nice touch. Pretty cool. Again, DJI has gone above and beyond on this update. Huge update, honestly. When you look back at what they did for the app, so it obviously coincided with each other. So they did the app one first, and then now the firmware in the drone, so it made sense what they did. So there you go. I'm going to close this one out. If there's anything else you want to see in a future video, please let me know in the comments below. If you found this video useful, you know what to do. Thumbs up. If you did not find it useful, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. Just click it twice. Thanks for watching.